Okay, so looking at the institutions of the EU, I would recommend looking at the EU website. It is actually really good. So, first of all, the Council of the EU. This is located in Brussels, which is in Belgium. So, government ministers from each EU country meet to discuss, amend, and adopt laws. So, there are no fixed members, but the Council is really important because it's the main decision-making body of the EU. So each country sends the minister responsible for that policy area, they discuss, they vote on laws, and the member states, those 27 states, take it in turns to provide the president of the council, and this position doesn't last very long, it only lasts for 6 months. So to pass a decision, so for something to become law, you've got to have 15 countries or 65% of the EU population voting. The next institution is the European Commission. Again, this is located in Brussels, in Belgium. So the Commission proposes and enforces legislation as well as implementing policies. Now, commissioners are appointed for 5 years and there is one from each member state. So this is the only institution that draws up laws. So it's the only institution that actually proposes the laws. Other things that you need to know is it manages the EU budgets and it supervises them. It enforces EU law, so it ensures that treaties are properly implemented. It can intervene if a country is not doing something right and refer the case to the European Court of Justice. So the Commission represents the EU internationally. Okay, the next institution is the European Parliament. Now, I think this is a waste of money, but they have 2 parliaments, Strasbourg in France and then again Brussels in Belgium. Why do they need 2 in 2 countries that are next to each other? They border each other. Okay, so the European Parliament, this is the directly elected EU body. So member states vote for members of the European Parliament, MEPs, every 5 years. Number of MMPs is linked to the population. So a big country like Germany, I think, has about nearly 80 million maybe. So they have 705 MEPs, whereas there are some smaller countries, Estonia is quite a small country, that is going to have fewer MEPs. So it is democratic. And yeah, you and I can vote. Although not anymore because we're not part of the EU, but we could vote. So what does the Parliament do? Well, it passes EU laws with the Council. So it's based on the Commission. Remember, they're the ones who propose things. And the Parliament can approve or reject the Commission's proposals. They also decide on internal agreements, whether to admit new member states. So that's quite important. Sometimes countries may want to join. And they approve the EU budget. So the committees prepare the legislation and then the MEPs even gather to vote in Parliament. And they're normally in Strasbourg for about 4 days a month. So, yeah, part-time. Okay, the next institution is the Court of Justice of the EU, the CJEU, and this is located in Luxembourg. So, what does this court do? Well, this ensures that EU law is interpreted and applied in every EU country. So those 27 member states, if a law has come down from the EU, so the Parliament has passed a law, then the Court of Justice of the EU ensures that those laws are followed by those countries and institutions. It also helps clarify EU law for countries. Sometimes it's not always clear. And yeah, they help enforce law. Now, if there's an EU act that violates some treaties, they can act upon that. They can annul EU laws. So if it goes against something that they've now decided, they can kind of cancel those out. They also give rulings on cases. So some cases, civil cases, when we were part of the EU, the Supreme Court was not the highest court in civil. It would have gone to the European Court. And what happens is you have one judge from each member state. Now, they don't all sit at the same time, but each member state, there are 27 European Court of Justice judges. Okay, so tune in for the next video, which is Sources of EU Law.